Good day, guys, and God bless you. I pray your new year has started off with joy and happiness. I am bringing you a word now that I received on the last day of the month last year, the 31st of December, 2025. I'm bringing it to you on the 3rd of January, 2026. As I waited on the Father, a vision of a crowd of people came into view. They were all looking happy and moving around as though everything was normal, and there was a joyfulness about them. As I continued watching, there seemed to be a darkness settling over the vision, and the people began to look around as though something was wrong. The sky over them became dark with storm clouds, and the joy and the happiness seemed to have drained away. Suddenly there was a different view of the vision. I was looking at it from the side. I could see the people and the dark clouds over them, but he was showing me the brightness of the sun, and I also put S-O-N, sun, above the clouds. The brightness was there, but the people couldn't see it and were walking in a depressed state. Suddenly I saw two hands reach down and penetrate the clouds and literally rip them apart, allowing the sunlight to shine through. The people began to look up, and they were pointing to the bright sky, and then they were falling to their knees and lifting their hands to heaven and praising God. I realized, however, that you, Father, did not destroy the darkness. You simply ripped it apart and allowed the light to shine through. And now many who were still under the dark clouds were running to get to the light. There were those, however, who were still in the darkness and were drawing back away from the light as though they preferred the darkness. As I continued to watch, the darkness became even darker, and then suddenly there were bolts of lightning flashing out of the clouds and striking those who had retreated into the darkness, leaving many lying on the ground as though they were dead. The vision ended. So I said, "Speak to us, Father, what are you saying?" He said, "Son, the time, even now, with all that is going on, is still a time of peace, of joy, and happiness for many of my people. They are going about their activities and lives in a normal way. However, there is coming a time of darkness that will cause many, if not all, to stop and look around at what's happening. It will be a time that will put a damper on the joy and the happiness of many, and it will hover over the earth as a black cloud. As you saw, that cloud is not from me. My light is still shining above the cloud, but it has succeeded in blocking it out so that it is not seen by many. There are those who know by faith that I have not shut out my light from you, and they will stand strong in their joy even during this time. I will not allow that time to extend itself. I will not allow it to continue. That is why you saw me reach down and rip the clouds apart and allow my light to shine through again. Yes, my people were excited, and many fell to their knees and worshiped me and praised me for the return of the light. However, as you saw, there were those who were more comfortable in the darkness than they were in the light. They shrank back and tried to move deeper into the darkness, where they couldn't be seen. That will not work. They cannot hide. And the darkness released its lightning, and many were lying dead. Are you understanding what I'm showing you, my people? You are entering a new year on your calendars, which indicates a new beginning. I have spoken of this before, and I have shown you some things that will cause a darkness to settle over my people. Many will begin to lose their joy and happiness as this happens. There are many, however, who will simply hold on to that by faith, even in the darkness that begins to hover over them. This is a short-term darkness for most of my people, because I will tear the darkness apart and bring forth my light, the light of my Son. I will shove the darkness aside, and as I do, many will realize it is by my hands that this is happening. The darkness will be shoved aside but not removed, for there are areas that foster it and cause it to rise up. There are those in those areas that will realize what is happening, and they will run to the light, leaving the areas of darkness. As they do, the dark areas will become even darker, and eventually the storm will break forth, and the intensity of the darkness will be as though they are being hit by lightning. It will bring many to their knees, and it will destroy many, yet they will still cling to the darkness until the end. Hear me when I tell you this. It will be a short-term darkness, and he emphasized that. Don't allow the darkness to impact your faith. Hold steady with me. I am telling you this, as I have told you the other parables or visions that I gave my prophet and others. Hold on to the truth I give you and stand strong. Do not allow the temporary darkness to shut down your joy and your peace and damage your faith. If you believe me, trust me. You know that I will not lie to you. When the darkness comes, watch the skies daily for the light to break through. I will not leave you nor abandon you. I will be with you, and my presence will provide you light in the midst of the darkness, until I bring it forth for all of my people. This new season may start out with a period of darkness, but my light will come forth even brighter as it breaks through. Rest in my love for you, and fear not.